Good evening and welcome back to Prime of Midlife. It is Thursday evening. Today has been a busy day. Obviously there was work, then I got x-rays on my hands, came home, and seemingly the problem with Kathleen's car is the key. So I have spent the last hour sitting with super glue and little bits of plastic and the key and putting it all back together, and fingers crossed it works. We shall find out later. But it made me think there was a headline a few days ago or a week, whenever, recently, saying that the younger people do not seem to be au fait with DIY. Like they're not able to put up a shelf, or they're not able to do this or not able to do that. Now, it's one of those ones where I can see both sides of the argument, because yes, I learned DIY. I learned at school how to change a plug. We got the home economics classes, but I was the first year at school where the girls also did woodwork and metalwork. So I learned basics. I mean, very, very basics. Plus the fact my dad was a mechanic, so I learned some car basics. He also upgraded our house when we inherited it. So I helped him with that. I mean, I helped him bring down roofs and things, ceilings and stuff. I was there. But for a lot of children nowadays, that doesn't happen. I mean, apart from one thing, for many families who are in private rented accommodation, they're not able to do anything. If anything breaks, it has to go to the landlord, etc., etc. Whether it gets done or not is a different matter. But it's not something that people do as much of nowadays. And I can understand that. Although, on the other hand, I'm like, washing machine engineers, there's not as many of them going about just now, because your washing machine's not fixable because it's all computerised. It's like in your cars. My dad was an AA man for over 20 years. Now, when he started, he was a wizard. He could fix almost anything at the roadside to get you to the next garage or whatever. By the time he finished, a lot of the cars were what he called fly-by-wire. It was computerised. It was sensors. There's nothing he could do at the side of the road to help. And I think that's quite sad, because that means that we're very reliant on people being able to fix things, but there's like a built-in obsolescence. There's also the big thing with a lot of computerised sensors, where it's the sensor that's broken, not your actual car or your washing machine, etc., etc. So it's a bit of a conundrum. I mean, yes, I think, we should be able to do some basics for ourselves. But then nowadays, what are the basics? Not as many people get flat pack furniture anymore, because, oh my goodness, we all know how difficult that can be. But as I say, doing things for yourself a lot of the time, if you're in private rented accommodation, you're not able to do anything. You're not able to change anything. And for many of us, with both parents out working, etc., nobody has the time or the inclination to be wanting to do that. Now, I know there is lots of people who do and do really good jobs, but I can see how the demographics have changed as we've come through the generations. So, yeah, bit of a conundrum, bit of a question there. Let me know what you think, because it's one of those things. I mean, I don't know, do they even still teach the basics of woodwork and metalwork to the younger students now? I'm talking about like 13, 14-year-olds before you decide if that's the way that you're going to go. Does that still happen? I'm not really sure. And if it does, is it working? Or if it doesn't, why not? So yeah, just a little question to put to yourself. So I hope you've had a good day. Tomorrow's Friday, last day of the week, then it's the weekend. So I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea, and I will catch you later.